Hi everybody, my name is Adam Gnap and this is my final presentation for school altogether. This is the Unit 4 final report. I'm going to spin the camera around here real quick and I'll show 5 adults. So you got 1, 2, 3, 4 and grandma on the end is 5. So spin it back around here. That way you can get the visual aids and everything like that, and we'll go from there. So my whole project was based on reaching a goal of 700 PVR at FMN. And we'll start with this here. So how can FMN reach their goal of 700 PVR in the finance department? It's training. That's the solution. It doesn't cost any extra for the dealership. It doesn't cost anything more than wanting to improve yourself. Is there a way to continuously grow without training? Not in my opinion. There are 12 key decision makers throughout the entire process. The very first one is the finance director. The next is the general sales manager. There are 2 sales managers and there are also 8 finance managers. What I did here on the visual aid was I actually listed them in order of hierarchy. So the general sales manager answers to the finance director. The 2 sales managers answer to both the general sales managers and the finance directors, and then the finance managers answer to everybody else. Technically, the finance managers and sales managers are on the same level. They work hand in hand with one another, though, if you get real technical to it. The training sessions are going to be short. They're not going to last anything more than 1 hour. And the reason for that is because when training sessions last too long, people lose focus. So on this 8-minute presentation, I'm sure one of the 5 members here in the audience will lose focus. 1 hour is plenty of time not to lose focus. So on the training schedule here, what you'll see is the finance director is going to meet on Tuesday of each week. And in that meeting, the finance director is going to meet with the in-house trainer and the third-party trainer. Those are already options that FMN has available to them. That's one of the big ways that training is not costing the dealership extra money at this point. The general sales manager is also going to meet on Tuesdays. The way the whole thing will work is in the morning, the finance director will meet with the third party and the in-house, and then directly after that will be the next meeting with the general sales manager. The 2 sales managers, they're going to meet on Wednesday because they're coming up with their meeting from a game plan of Tuesday, the 2 people with the 2 highest hierarchies there. And then the finance managers there, they're in a sense going to meet daily. They're going to meet with their finance director. There are 8 finance managers, so one day there'll be 2 meetings with finance managers and the director, but it's going to be a daily training basis. You know, if that training lasts 15 minutes, then so be it. The biggest thing though that you really see is teamwork, and that's really needed within everybody, but also the 8 finance managers. They really need to work together, role play with one another, overcome objections. You can learn from each other. In the finance department, there's 125 years worth of experience between everybody grouped together, and with all that experience, you can pick each other's brains and do a little 10 or 15 minute training session on how to overcome an objection when a customer says no on something. Ways to improve your money, your income. What this quote is here, it says, "You need teamwork, everybody working together towards a common goal." And that was done by Joe Verdi, one of the many books that he wrote, and he's one of the best trainers in the automotive industry. The way that your whole goal in reaching the 700 PVR is going to be tracked, we have a reporting system at FMN called Stone Eagle Reports, and this can be pulled hourly, daily, whatever criteria you need to meet, it's going to be listed on there. So that's how we're going to be able to track our goal and see if the training sessions are working. You know, once we start the training in the 2nd week, are we going down? Are we going in a backwards way? You really need to be able to track where you are to see if what the solution we've come up with is working. Without tracking it, how do you know that your solution's working, basically? And that's what the tracking results are here every day. You also got to track what they were previously. Are the reason that the numbers are down in a specific month or time period, is it because it's a cyclical cycle? You know, is it up here, lower here? Is it more in March, less in March? You know, you need to look at previous numbers to make sure too that it's not something that's reoccurring at a certain point in time. Maybe it's just the market at that point. Basically, in conclusion, training is the solution. The goal of 700 is well within reach. In fact, looking at previous numbers, for even going back to 2012, our highest point ever was 698. $2 away from reaching the goal, and that's without implementing the new structure with the planned out meetings between the finance director, the general sales manager, the in-house trainer, the third-party trainer. Once you have all these things together, I really feel that FMN is going to be able to reach their goal of 700 PVR. And that's all I have for here today. Any questions or anything like that? Yes.
So at the business, they already have a third-party trainer that comes in regularly to do things?
Yeah. Yeah,
but just not that often, or?
Yeah, he's only meeting with certain parties about once a month. And the reason for that is because he does have other responsibilities, but his company, as well as that third-party trainer, is available to FMN more. At this point, we're just not utilizing it.
Okay. But wouldn't that cost the company money to bring him in more often?
Nothing more than what our contract already states with them. It's just we're not taking advantage of the full time that we're there. It's not like he comes in extra and says, you know, hey, I'm here Tuesday, I need to be paid Wednesday. It's a flat contract that we already have set in place, so it's not costing us anything extra.
Okay.
What about the idea that everybody that you were doing down the hierarchy was meeting once a week, except for the finance managers who were meeting daily?
Mm-hmm.
With the difference in schedule from somebody working, let's say, Monday versus not working then on Tuesday, how do you get everybody on the teamwork page?
That's
daily meetings.
Well, that's why on a daily, not everybody's meeting each other on a daily basis. The biggest thing daily with the finance is there's 8 people altogether. So like, let's say if I work on Monday, then I can meet with the finance director on Monday. But if I'm off on Tuesday, then the person that was off on Monday then can meet Tuesday and things like that. The biggest thing I think with the dailiness is working together between the finance managers. The small little portions, the 10-15 minutes, working together, picking each other's brains. I really think that that's the most important. Yeah.
So with all of these people that you have involved in your training, they're all off on different directions. What medium are you using to bring all of these people together and have a meeting of the minds, if you will?
Basically, so you take all your information from your Stone Eagle reports, and each person has that available to them.
And so what are you using to bring these people together? Using Outlook, or I mean,
how are you stating that the meeting's planned? Or
yeah,
something?
what medium are you using to bring them together? Are you posting a note on the bulletin board, or you send them an email?
Well, you have your basic stuff every single week. Mm-hmm. The finance director meets on Tuesday. The general sales manager meets on Tuesday, and those are kind of set in stone. So as far as your medium, if you want to have a communication between email and stuff like that.
So not everybody gets together at the same time.
No, that's why it was stated here. You have Tuesday, Wednesday. Daily.
Well, then you're relying on communication only. I mean, you're relying on. There's a lot of miscommunication that could happen because you're not all in the same room.
This finance director is communicating towards his finance people. That's what's happening.
Okay.